Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another YouTube video. And today we're going to be looking at Thomas and Friends, the robot chicken version of Thomas and Friends, and seeing some goofs or mistakes in that. And you're probably wondering, who's we? Why am I saying we? Well, I got a special guest with me in the backstage, and he he's I've known him for 3 years, and his name is Jackson 2008, or as I called him, Jacksayon 2008.
Hello, Roy.
Yeah, and me and Jackson actually already watched this before on a StreamYard room that he created, and so technically we already watched this before. So technically we already know what all the mistakes are. So, Jackson, you ready to get into it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, uh, do you just want to? So, how do you want to do this, Jackson? You just want to watch the video and then and then show the mistakes during the video, or do you just want to show the mistakes on every part of this? Like show the
Um,
mistakes.
I think we should tell the mistakes.
Okay. So, okay, so nothing happens really in the first part here, but here we get to this part here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in this part here, we see we can see James and Percy. They both don't have eyebrows, and which Jackson actually pointed out to me that they don't have eyebrows. And then it took me a while for me to get him to realize that James in this version actually does not have his tender. It's like
Right.
it's like normally if James has tender, it'd be sticking out like out here a little bit, but he doesn't have his tender. So technically, that counts as There's two mistakes in one scene here, and
Actually,
then
there's
what?
actually three. If you move forward a little bit, you'll notice. Oh,
And if you have a move forward, yeah, they have black smoke,
which is
Which Jackson also pointed out that he had black smoke,
which is
which
not
looks
right.
which is not right, and for like normal Thomas and Friends to have black smoke, no more than have white smoke. And then this is the one I pointed out to Jackson. So Thomas has his square body with like a circular top, and Percy has his like circular body. Well, if I move up close to here, Thomas has Percy's circular body. Basically, Thomas is has Percy's entire model, but he's blue. And then if we look, so Topham Hat jumps, but there's no but like Jackson said, there's no way for Sir Topham Hat to even make that jump, since if we look back, the cab's back here. So
Right.
there's no way for like anyone like that to anyone to make that jump.
Right.
And then um and then for that little bit of the for the little this little bit of the video, there's not really any mistakes, but that's
This part.
until we get to this part here. Now, Jackson, Jackson actually mentioned this, or I mentioned. I don't know who mentioned it, but one of
I'm
us
pretty
mentioned it.
sure.
And then look, just watch the jump. There's no ramp, so Thomas can't do that. And then
Wait.
Jackson mentioned like there's that the guy up here is not
Right.
it's not Sir Topham Hat. It's not the hijacker. It's just a random guy. And
Right.
then
Another thing.
another thing that Jackson mentioned is that even if Sir Topham Hat and the hijacker were up here, there's no way they would be able to grab on back here, like right back here. Like, honestly, how would they be able to grab on to like the buffer right there, like if they were on top of the roof?
But
Like,
yeah, if you look back at the thing I was talking about earlier in the scene, you'll notice if you look closely, you could see that looks like a driver or fireman on top of his cab there. If you notice, look,
yeah,
see that is a fireman. That's like a C model fireman right there.
yeah, and if you look back to when Thomas actually jumps, if you look, there's no ramp. Do you see any ramp here?
Mm-hmm.
There's no ramp.
Right.
There's no ramp for Thomas to jump on. and then it's like he jumps, and it's like, and then you can actually see he's grabbing onto the railing with his mouth. So even if that was possible, I don't think he'd be able to do that for that long. Like he don't like for as long as he did, because that would just like if he did that, his teeth would be broken. He'd have a few broken teeth.
Mm.
Like honestly, like Robot Chicken needs to like make an updated version of this where they actually fix all of this to where they don't there's not as many mistakes.
Oh yeah. Also, something I just want to say that's very weird. Actually, I just noticed something right now. So
What?
move back in the video, okay?
How? Like what? Do you know what the timestamp where I should move back to?
Around. That's good. I think not there. A little bit forward. There we go. So, um, if you notice, Thomas has this. If you notice, Thomas has these eyebrows, right? He has the eyebrows in the scene, but then if you look at the scene afterwards, he doesn't have the eyebrows again. Look,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. He does have his eyebrows, yeah. I'm
right.
glad you caught that. And then like oh, and another thing I just noticed here too. Like, if you see Thomas has a bloodied nose right in this part
Oh,
here.
I did notice that.
Yeah, and then it's like he has a bloody nose right here. And then it's like as soon as he jumps, grabs on, where's the blood on his nose? Where normally the blood would still be there.
In fact, I think there would be a lot more blood if it was realistic because his mouth is
Yeah.
able.
Yeah, there'd be a lot more blood here instead of this black bit right here. Also, what? Why is there a black bit right here? Like,
That's not how his mouth looked like in the previous scene. If we look back
yeah,
at that, also.
yeah. This is Thomas's mouth before, and
Now,
then this is Thomas's mouth here. So,
yeah, I don't know. I feel like even though, yeah, some of his teeth would be knocked out, I feel like there would still be some left on like the sides, like on the right and left sides of his mouth. The middle of his
yeah,
mouth, no.
yeah, and then there'd be like a bunch of blood on his mouth. There'd be a lot more blood on his nose, and then, and then of course they had to get rid of his eyebrows for some reason. It's
Also,
like,
I just noticed something. Do you see his boiler is a little bit like crooked as well? Like a little bit crooked if you look at it very closely.
what makes you think it's crooked?
Like if you look at it from if you look at it from like it's kind of crooked. If you look very closely, you'll notice how it's crooked. Like this little feels like it looks like it's almost like coming apart. It almost looks like it has glue on it or something. Yeah, do you see that? Like
Yeah,
that black line.
yeah, this line right here. Yeah.
No, this line, the line on the funnel. There's a line on the funnel.
This line.
Yeah. So that's very interesting, and that might be because the boiler may have came apart, or the funnel may have came apart in a previous take, and they had to repatch that,
Yeah,
possibly. So that's interesting.
yeah. It's like I didn't expect to find this many mistakes in one video of the in one 2 minute video of this. It's
Yeah.
like and me and Jackson didn't see any mistakes after this. It's like after like this point, there's no other mistakes afterwards. So
Right.
like there's no other mistakes. It's just the mistakes that we did see, uh, like just for that little bit there. And honestly this is good for content because there's gonna be a lot of Thomas fans. So I think I just ruined. I think if people saw this and didn't realize the mistakes before, they're not going to realize they're going to now realize the mistakes in this one episode right here that
Right.
that just two kids alone just managed to find.
But yeah, message to Adult Swim and Robot Chicken. I don't know how you have made this many mistakes in one. That's a lot of mistakes, and especially some easy mistakes, like the fun, like the steam being white instead of black.
Yeah,
James
it's
and
like it's
Tender.
like yeah, it's like three mistakes in the beginning. It's like and then okay, three mistakes in the very beginning with James and Percy, and then the fourth mistake was Thomas's boiler, and then the fifth mistake was actually the Tubman had jumping off when Tubman was jumping, and then the sixth mistake was actually the ramp, and then the seventh was, of course, the mouth, and then the eyebrows again on all of them, and then well, that eyebrows is for nine. So, and then it's like, and then the blood. So it's like around 10 mistakes, around 10 to 12 mistakes that me and Jackson have found in this one episode alone. So
Yeah. So you they need to get. Yeah, it's pretty interesting to find these very blatant mistakes. Some of these are very blatant. Actually, most of these are very blatant mistakes that honestly,
yeah, yeah, and I don't know how I really didn't realize it before, but now that after like years of watching this, I felt like I've now realized those mistakes, and now that I make it into a whole video about it. So, uh,
right.
anyways, that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please like and subscribe, or as Kit Kat would say, like the subscribe button. And Jackson, you got a few words to say before we depart?
Well, one message to one message to the creators of Robot Chicken and Adult Swim: remake this episode and it's add some more parts to it and fix all the mistakes. Okay, first off, and second off, thank you all for watching this video. Obviously, subscribe to Joe and subscribe to my channel as well here today. Obviously, you don't have to. I'm not holding you at gunpoint, or maybe I
Yeah, I'm
am.
not holding you at gunpoint to subscribe to me either, but whatever. It's like I'm just doing this with Jackson because it's for easy views, and I'm kind of bored, so that's why I'm even uploading doing this video in the first place.
Right. So, anyways, thank you all for watching. Godspeed, and remember, don't get drunk and don't drunk drive.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.